Have you ever wondered why the kingdom of heaven feels distant, like a promise for later instead of a presence for now? What if the distance isn't real at all? What if the very way we've been taught to think about heaven quietly keeps us from experiencing it? Joel Goldsmith pointed to a simple but radical truth. Heaven is not a place on a map. It is a state of consciousness. It isn't waiting above the clouds. It's waiting beneath our noise. And the moment you learn how to turn inward rather than outward, the door that felt locked begins to open. Before we dive in, gently tap the like button and tell me where you're watching from. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and the bell, because each week we explore practical mystical wisdom you can actually live. Let us begin with a question. How often have you prayed as if God were far away? Many of us treat prayer like sending a letter across a great distance, hoping it reaches someone powerful enough to change our situation. But if heaven is a state of consciousness, prayer shifts from sending to recognizing. Instead of begging for light, you notice the light that never left. Imagine this shift in a real moment. You're facing a health scare, a financial pressure, or a relationship in crisis. The automatic reaction is fear. The mind races. The body tightens. In that whirlwind, the mystic practices a different first step. Pause, breathe, and remember, there is a presence within me that is untouched by appearances. Not denial, not fantasy. Recognition. Awareness before action. Goldsmith called this the practice of the presence. It's not a trick to make life perfect. It's a way of seeing that lets life flow from a deeper source. You still do what's wise. You call the doctor, you balance the budget, you have the hard conversation, but you do it from centeredness instead of panic. The external steps might look the same. The inner posture is completely different, and that inner posture changes outcomes. There is another piece many overlook: divine indifference. That phrase sounds cold, but it isn't. It means you care deeply without being controlled by conditions. You learn to meet circumstances with calm clarity because your identity is no longer tethered to them. When the deal falls through, when plans unravel, when someone speaks harshly, you don't collapse. You return to presence. From that presence, options you couldn't see a moment ago come into view. Now let's talk about relationships. If the kingdom is within you, it is within others too, even when they don't seem to be living from it. Here's the quiet practice that dissolves conflict. Before you respond, recognize the same presence in them. You can still set boundaries, you can still say no, you can still walk away, but you refuse to make an enemy of a soul. This inner recognition has a way of softening hard moments and opening unexpected bridges. You might be thinking, that's beautiful, but life is messy. What about days when I forget? What about seasons where fear wins? Here's the encouragement. Heaven is not a reward for perfect practice. It's a reality you keep returning to. Progress isn't measured by never losing your center. Progress is measured by how quickly you come home when you do. Like strengthening a muscle, each return gets easier, steadier, more natural. So how do you live this today? 3 simple practices. First, 1-minute stillness. Several times a day, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and listen for the quiet beneath your thoughts. Don't force it. Just notice. Say inwardly, here now, I recognize the presence. 1 minute. That's all. It's enough to reset your inner compass. Second, prayer of recognition. Instead of please fix this, try reveal what is already whole. Instead of give me peace, try let me notice the peace that is here. Recognition turns the key. Third, seeing through. When a problem feels loud, don't fight it head-on first. See through it. Ask, what would I do if I truly knew the kingdom was within me right now? Then take that next small step. The smallest step from presence is worth more than 1,000 steps from panic. Over time, something subtle and wonderful happens. You realize that what you called miracles are the natural outcomes of living from your deepest center. Opportunities meet you at the right moment. Solutions show up through doors you didn't know existed. Healing unfolds as a gentle correction of vision rather than a dramatic rescue from outside. You stop chasing and start receiving. This is not about escaping the human story. It's about illuminating it. Heaven is not later. Heaven is presence, awareness, stillness, love, shining through your ordinary day. In a traffic jam, in a hospital corridor, at a kitchen table, on a sleepless night. The kingdom was never hiding. It was simply quieter than the noise we believed. So here, as your invitation for the next 24 hours, choose 3 moments to pause and recognize. When you wake up, before a challenging task, and right before sleep. In each moment, breathe and say softly, "The kingdom is within." Don't strain, don't judge, just notice. Watch how that small turn changes the tone of your day. If this message resonates, drop a comment. I recognize the kingdom within. Your words might be the reminder someone else needs tonight. If you want to keep deepening this practice with more Joel Goldsmith insights and practical mysticism, make sure you subscribe right now and turn on the bell. We release new videos every week designed to move this from theory to lived experience, tap-like, so this teaching reaches more seekers, and share it with one friend who's been searching for peace in all the usual places. The next video on screen will show you how to hold inner stillness when life gets loud. Perfect for building on what you learned today. Remember, the distance you feel is not real. Heaven isn't somewhere else or sometime later. It is the living presence already within you, waiting only for your recognition.